We've got so much going on. It's all such good stuff. We've been busy clearing much of the land. We are working very hard at clearing everything. There's Mr. Abe. He's getting huge. But we are clearing things for multiple reasons. A good fire break, also so that you can see, what's heading your direction. I'm just going to spin this around to show you what's surrounding us otherwise. It is just super overgrown, it's super thick, but it's really pretty, and, clearing a fire break, clearing so that we can see when a grizzly or a black bear is coming in, it's just smart. Um, the property came with a virtually brand new side by side. It had, like, 36 hours on it, and it had a, broken axle. Um So anyway, the mountain man and the mountain boy got that repaired. We were blessed with some friends that brought us up some parts, so that was awesome. And that is up and running, so that makes getting water and pulling logs and doing the varying chores here on the homestead so much easier. We've been doing them all manually, but that's also what we enjoy doing. That's our gym and our, exercise and our re-strengthening. Still doing the stairs every day. That is just such a blessing. Good morning, Miss Carol. Miss Carol is joining from across the pond over on Faith Led Living. I'm so glad to have you joining. That's awesome. Oh, and I'm realizing that there's probably not any good volume on Trey on Faith Led Living Trey Wilderness. Sorry. There have been so many technology issues here, just trying to get things sorted out. We have a new small mini Starlink, so I think that's going to help the situation. And I'm just trying to get us so I can be live on both channels with one device instead of two. It's a little complicated. But when the parts were brought up for our side by side, so was our boat. It was brought up for us to look at it to make sure it's what we wanted. Good morning, Miss Laura. And sure enough, it was. Papa blessed us with Scarlet. We have a North River to run our North River. Um, Super excited about that. That opens up a lot of doors. It's very costly to run it, so we still just because of our frugal mind, and also really no desire to leave here. Good morning, Miss Mill. Um, it'll be used to do our basically restock our supplies and maybe fetch a friend or two. But beyond that, it's getting from point A to point B. So um, excited to have it though. That changes a lot for us here and gives us security and a little bit more freedom. Also able to do things on our time and not, dependent on others. And we never ever want to make anyone feel, you know, um, burdened by our needs. Come here, guys. Good boy, Abe. Come, come. Sorry. Got to keep the dogs handy. There's porcupines too, which reminds me, we did have one of them follow the mountain man and the dog and I up to our place. And he was mammoth. He was super huge. He is no longer. They are very destructive, both with wires and cables as well as with animals. So I wanted to give a couple tips this morning. Miss Darlene, you have been so heavy on my mind. I didn't want to pest you and text you because you are busy, but man, have I been thinking about you. I'm so happy to have you on here. Um, so the tips for today are with all the mosquitoes, and I'm not talking here. We've been so blessed. My prayers have been, for the most part, answered. We have very little mosquitoes this year. They're still here, and ticks are an increasing issue for multiple reasons because I think they're being mass produced, but that's just my tinfoil hat showing through. Um, but I want to remind you guys that when you have a lot of chemtrails in the sky, or you are dealing with a lot of insect bites and tick-borne illnesses, and not knowing also what's in these things, binding and using a binder daily, and a good binder. I recommend using a cell core binder. They are state of the art. They are absolutely incredible. They will not deplete your minerals while you're taking them where charcoal will, and they don't bind you up like others will. So, faithledhealing.com/cellcore. Look into the binders. If you need help purchasing those, you can email me at support@faithledhealing.com. And the reason I share that is because when we have a binder in our system that's binding everything, even in the blood-brain barrier, we are removing things from our body as it enters rather than suffering later. As far as all the ticks, a lot of people, there's all kinds of old-timey remedies, nail polish, all kinds of crazy things. What you wanna do if you have a tick in you is to get to the head where it is in the body, and use a tweezers and quickly remove it from the skin. EAs, a preventative eat garlic daily. Insects hate it because they secrete, yes, it does secrete through the skin. What's crazy? Mill, you're gonna love this. I ate so much garlic that I smelled like an Italian restaurant, and the mosquitoes ate me more. I am just one of those that they love. So I do have a mosquito suit from head to toe. I haven't had to get it out yet, but, I might. But but yes, garlic does help greatly. Um, though I don't know about these new mosquitoes. But, with the tick, if you get right where it's attached to the skin and just take a tweezers and pull straight up, that is the best way to remove a tick, because otherwise you are causing it to basically vomit in you when you're trying to squeeze the other portion of the tick, and therefore all of its toxicity is entering the body. So keep that in mind. There was something else I wanted to share. It's not surfacing. Guys, this place is so clean. It smells so good. We have every possible berry you could imagine on this property right here on the bluff. There's a mosquito on my forehead. Sorry, Faith Led Living. You're getting the river. Um, we purchased a tick remover for the dogs. It removes a bit of the skin from the tick. Kim worries. Oh, I didn't see the end. Also, something good to do is put your tick in a piece of tape or in a baggie and put a date on it so that you have the tick handy in the event that later you have a bullseye or you have issues, so that you can, it's easier for them to test the tick than it is to test you, because you'll get negative false negatives and false positives. Make sure to sterilize the area first before removing the tick. Actually, I'd almost recommend removing it, sterilizing afterwards, so that you don't take any chance of what's in the tick entering you. And sterilize it good. And I always put thieves oil on top of it, um, and just watch it. But yeah, you definitely want to sterilize the area. But if anything, sterilize the tweezers. Tweezers get used for all kinds of things. Um, but I want to remind you guys today of something. Today's topic is what really matters. And I want to encourage you to really, really think about that. The enemy is attacking right now. He's here to steal, kill, and destroy. He is moving rapidly. I see it across the board in my clients, in my friends, in the world. Good morning, Mr. Terry. I'm glad to have you here too. I'm so glad you're here. Praying for you in June. And Miss Lori is in the house. Good morning. So I really want to encourage you with the enemy, doing his best to stir us up, to have us in fear, worry, focusing on our struggles, our aches and pains, our illnesses, diseases. I just want to remind you to focus more on what really matters. What really, really matters to you, what really makes you tick. Come here, dogs. My family makes me tick. this place knocks my socks off. The river is right there. The calming sound of the river running is so peaceful. Yet the enemy tries. Since we're here, I've had such technology issues. Many of you have seen that because there wasn't volume. I got kicked off. Just all kinds of weird things. It's like takes me 10 times as long to do something that would normally have taken me so much less, and it's really painful. He uses weird things to get at us, so pay attention to how you're thinking, what you're thinking about, what you're focused on, and also, you know, in the midst of things, when things get crazy and the enemy's, um, really interceding, that was a mosquito, by the way. um, we we could easily get stuck and struggle. So I really want to encourage you to pay attention to your mind. Our mind plays the biggest role in our healing and our day to day. And when we can control our minds, we've been talking about renewing our minds, we've been talking about rebuilding and and just paying attention to what's happening in our ears, and that's all important, and that's actually the most important. But I want to encourage you then to redirect your thinking to what really matters most to you. Um, Another mosquito on the forehead. This is life. This is life in the bush. So, when we can renew our minds and keep ourselves focused and also doing the things that give us joy. So often we are scrolling, chasing, racing, and we don't ever make time to do the things we enjoy doing. And I want to encourage that right now more than ever. So valuable, so important. And, as the world tends to get crazier and crazier, which it's always going to, we need to have control over ourselves and our minds and our abilities to stay in a good place. So I want to encourage that in a huge way. And I am going to close us in prayer this morning. I have my coaching session next, and I like to get in there on a timely fashion. So I'm just going to leave you guys with that and lift us in prayer. Papa, I just praise you for this glorious, sunny, beautiful, clean day. I thank you for blessing our family here. And I ask that you bless everyone watching this with their deepest heart's desires. Bless them with peace and comfort, abundance and blessings, healing and good health. And Papa, just continue to help us to renew our minds, rebuild ourselves, focus on you, to get out, to move, to smell the roses, to enjoy the life you've given us, to enjoy our surroundings, to make our places a home and to honor you in everything we do. Just give us wisdom, knowledge, direction, discernment, awareness in this world. Give us abundance and blessings that come as a side. We just praise you and thank you for that. And may everyone here feel worthy. May they know that you died on the cross so that we could be worthy, worthy of your love and hopefully find self-love, a deep love within ourselves, seeing how you love us. And Papa, just be with all the prayer requests in our community and surrounding, and be with Terry and June, be with Jane and Kent, be with Miss Carol across the pond, be with Mill and Laura and Darlene and her family. And I want to lift up Matt here in Alaska. Just continue to touch his body from his plane crash and be with his family and be with Will and Rick, and there's so many. Papa, you know them all, and if I miss them, I want you to just love on them and wrap your loving arms around them. Papa, thank you again for this glorious day. Thank you that we can make it what we want. Thank you that we can focus on what lights us up and gives us joy. And may we really focus on what matters right now. We love you, and we thank you, and we ask all this in your holy and precious name of Jesus.